Greetings, Cyberdogs and citizens of the internet. This is ReNDoG coming at you from Reactor Room 1 of the Renstar space platform in this Let's Play Minecraft Feed the Beast series. In the previous episode, we began work on the awesomeness that is the power control room, and in this episode, my friends, we are going to be finishing that bad boy off, as well as connecting the Cyberlabs to the nuclear power of the Renstar, because currently the Cyberlabs are shut down, the quarries are not running, the recycling facility is not running, and basically we need to inject some more power into the butthole of the cyber laboratory. So sit back and relax, my cyber diggity dogs. We have got a ton to do in this episode, man. Let's feed the beast. That is our freaking mind. Now guys, before I show you some awesome freaking work that I've done around the Renstar since you were last with me, let me get a taste of this tasty freaking beverage. Ice cold OJ straight to the brain. Now guys, since you were last with me, I have repaired the damage that the creeper did to our nuclear reactor chamber, and I have also upgraded the aesthetics of it slightly. I don't know if you guys can remember, but it looked a little bit different than it does now. What I've done is I've added these copper strips to break up the monotony of the tin panels over here, and I think this is a really sweet design. I love like the way the copper strips look next to the tin cover plates. I think it looks really freaking awesome. But I've repaired all of the damage. As you can see, I've also added a new feature to the control panel over here, and this was a suggestion made by one of you cyberdogs out there. One of you guys suggested making a chest called a personal safe, where we could store all the nuclear materials, you know, try keep them safe from freaking radiating the village downstairs and killing all of the villagers from the radiation. So what I've created over here is something called a personal safe, and if we have a look at the recipe for a personal safe, it's just an electronic circuit with a machine block and a chest, and basically it's just a really good looking chest. And this is where I'm keeping our fresh uranium cells and our redstone torch, otherwise known as the Renstar nuclear key. And that's where I'm keeping this jazz, man. And speaking of nuclear keys, it looks like we are completely out of remaining time. Our reactor has used up all of its quad uranium cells, so why don't we install some new quad uranium cells straight into our reactor. And while I'm doing that, guys, I want to address a little issue that came up in the comment section of the previous video. Let's have a look inside of our reactor. There we go, near depleted uranium cells. All right, so we still have some near depleted uranium cells. I'm assuming we could probably recycle these and extract a little bit more juice out of them. But in the previous video, and in fact the videos before that one, since we started working on the nuclear reactor, I have been referring to the time that it takes quad uranium cells to be used up in a nuclear reactor as the half-life of those quad uranium cells. And you guys have made me aware that that is actually the incorrect terminology for for these quad uranium cells. Half-life does not refer to quad uranium cells in this way. It's a scientific definition that's more related to the length of time that radioactive material takes to decay. So I'm gonna not use the words half-life anymore, even though I really like the phrase half-life. It's the only reason I was using it, really, because I really like saying it. But I guess from now on we'll refer to it as the remaining time of our quad uranium cells in the nuclear reactor. Boo. Anyway, guys, let's fire up our nuclear reactor, get some more power going into the batteries. Our MFSUs still need to be powered up completely, but absolutely loving this personal safe idea. Thanks to the Cyberdog who gave that idea to me. Now, I need to get your buttholes into the power control room because I've been doing a bit of upgrades around there. But before I do that, guys, I want to head into the battery room itself and show you guys a new design that I've been fiddling with off camera. And what I want to do is color code our MFSU arrays. So we know that this is MFSU array red, and then we've got another array there that's blue, another that's yellow, and another that's green. And what I've been experimenting with is using these inverted lights. So we've been using the inverted lights to make the corridor lights of the Renstar space platform. We've been using the inverted light gray lamp for that, but there are also loads of other colors. There is an inverted red lamp that uses rose red. There is an inverted yellow lamp that uses dandelion yellow, and there is an inverted blue lamp that uses lapis. And the recipes are all the same, or you need to make this red lumar stuff or whatever color lumar that you need to make, but each time you need redstone and glowstone and then whatever color you want to make. So really easy to make these inverted lights, and I've been trying to figure out what to use to identify the different MFSU arrays in the power control room for a while now. Remember, we were trying to experiment with wool, but that was a facepalm because wool doesn't exist in Minecraft 1.4.7. But these inverted lamps are just as freaking sweet, and what I want to do is install these inverted lamps. I've got them here in my inventory, into each of these MFSU arrays. So this is the blue one. So let's get the blue one installed like this. So when we come into the battery room, we know exactly which MFSU array to look at if we need to, for example, recharge our jetpacks or examine why not enough power is going to a certain module in the Renstar, for example. And I also want to install an industrial information panel for each of the MFSU arrays. And that's what I've done here. You can see that this guy is slowly recharging now because we've turned on the reactor. And this is, of course, MFSU array red. And these are the other ones, blue and yellow and green. So I think this is actually really awesome. And this might just be like a ridiculous amount of industrial information panels, but you know, the thing is, they're really cheap to make, and I think that they are just so freaking sweet. I mean, I love going into a room in the Renstar and being able to see like the stats of the machine that I've made. I just think that's so freaking awesome, and in my opinion, I don't think you can actually have enough of these in your Feed the Beast world, man. So, I mean, the Renstar is probably going to end up having these industrial information panels everywhere, which is totally cool by me, man, because I think they are absolutely pimp McDaddy. But there we go, man. These are now installed, and what I'm going to do is run another line of this copper color all the way around. I kind of want to, whenever there's anything to do with energy in the power module, I kind of want to run this like copper strip around there to indicate that that's energy. I'll show you exactly what I mean when we go into the power control room. But this is looking absolutely sweet, guys. And what I'm going to do is, in a moment, I'm going to kaplow this bad boy, get all of this finished off too. But I first want to show you guys the awesome work that I've been doing in the power control room. Check it out, man. How freaking sweet do these inverted lamps look underneath our industrial information panels? One of you Cyberdogs also suggested in the previous episode that instead of using free, we use energy, because energy shows you how much is in the MFSU array and free shows you how much is left. And it's just easier to see energy. So I've changed it to energy and storage and fill percentage. And as you can see, we can see the MFSU array red slowly recharging from our nuclear reactor. And I've used, gloriously I might add, the copper strips and the copper covers over here to make basically like a machine, right? Check. We've finished off this little machine over here. It's almost like a big computer or something. And it's also awesome because it follows the contour of this this copper line that goes all the way around the room. It kind of carries on going around this industrial information panel. I think that's a really, really sweet look. I think it looks awesome. I have also dealt with the physics fail that a ton of you guys pointed out at the end of the previous episode. These these panels over here, or these display monitors, were actually floating in the middle of nowhere, and it was some serious physics fails going on. So I'm going to just I'm going to use some of these iron blocks to basically you know, connect the screens to the walls of the Renstar space platform, just like this. Nope. Don't want to waste these blocks, man. They are precious. I've also moved the levers to the back of the screens. In the previous video, they were on the top here, but I've actually moved them to the back of them. And this one actually needs to get fired up. This is our reactor one. So let's get the reactor one fired up. Let's have a look. There we go. Nuclear reactor alpha. It's on. Its temperature is 0, output 320 EUs, and it has a remaining time of 2 hours and 40 minutes. That is sweet. And I've also installed MFSU array blue over here. I've already installed this one. We can see the power is slowly filling up. This one's only 15% full. This one is 44% full. So that is absolutely sweet. And what I need to do is complete this like really sweet little boxing of each of these MFSU array monitors to get them all working nicely. So why don't we just get them all connected up to start off with? Let's just get, what the jazz? Oh yeah, we need to remove the panel behind the industrial information panel over here to install the lever like that. And no, that's the wrong one. My bad. Oops, my bad. This freaking drill, man. Let's just fix that damage. Alright, there we go. And now we can head over here, pick up some of those sensor array kits. 1, 2, we need 6 of these bad boys so that we can connect up our MFSUs to the MFSU monitors in the power control room. This is the blue one already. Oh yes, we're gonna need more than 6 actually. We're gonna need 12 of these these energy sensor kits. But let's just get the power control room up and running firstly. So there is MFSU yellow, MFSU array yellow, that is. So let's get this one plugged into its rightful industrial information panel. Kaplam! And we want to see energy, we want to see free, and we want to see MFSU array yellow. We don't want to see the each card information. We want to see a summary. There we go. Beautiful. 19% full. And let's just get the other MFSU array connected up now to the green one. Oh man, this is so freaking sweet. All right, let's get the green one plugged in. There we go. And we've already got the blue one plugged in too, so we actually don't need to make that many more sensor kits. Sensor kits are pretty easy to make, but they do take up a ton of copper because you need to make electronic circuits and copper cabling, just a ridiculous amount of it. But they are very, very easy to make. MFSU array green. There we go. And we don't want the each card info. We don't want free, and we want storage and full percentage. There we go. Perfect. Oh man. That is epic. Okay, awesome. Now, one of the things that I want to achieve in today's episode is going to be quite interesting. What I want to do is connect these inverted light fixtures to our reactor room. And when the reactor isn't running, I want these lights to turn off. So basically what we're going to be doing is using some red alloy wire to connect these inverted lights to the redstone cable signal that comes out of the control panel. So when the thermal monitor kicks in and turns off this redstone torch, we want to send a redstone signal, I guess, or yeah, we want to send a redstone signal. No, we want to stop a redstone signal coming into the power control room, and it's going to turn off these lights to indicate that the nuclear reactor isn't actually running and that there's no power currently being generated by the Renstar. But that's something we're going to be doing a little bit later in this episode, guys. Firstly and foremostly, I'm going to take a nap, and this was another suggestion by one of you Cyberdiggity-Dogs. You said, ReNDoG, why not put a bed in the freaking Renstar? And that's exactly what I've done. No idea why I hadn't done this earlier, but that's why I read the comments all my videos, guys. You guys help me be a better freaking Feed the Beast player. So we now have a bed. We can sleep away those nights. There's going to be less chance of creepers spawning up here. But the next important task for us to achieve, my friends, is connecting up the nuclear reactor to the Cyberlabs. Currently, the Cyberlabs are completely shut down. We are bone dry on nether juice. We have run out of nether juice officially. Our geothermal generators, our Squidwards, have died. They are now basically dried up octopuses on the beach. And that's it, man. They've turned into octopus jerky. And we have no more power coming into the Cyberlabs. And we currently have an insane source of power in our nuclear reactor. As I mentioned in the previous video, these geothermal generators only make 20 EUs per tick, while our nuclear reactor makes 320. And with 4 nuclear reactors running at the same time, that's going to be 4 times 320. I'm not even going to try to do that maths. But it's a lot, okay? It's somewhere in the region of 1200 EU per tick. So the sooner we can hook up the Cyberlabs to the Renstar space platform, the sooner we can get our quarries running, and the sooner we can start generating materials again. We are pretty much out of everything that we've been using to make the Renstar. We have a lot of blocks in the metalwork factory. So the metalwork factory has produced for us quite, I mean, you can see we've only got 3 or 4 stacks of tin, about 4 stacks of iron, only 9 blocks of copper, 55 blocks of silver blocks, a couple stacks of zinc, a couple stacks of nickel, not even a stack of gold, and quite a lot of this aluminum. Oh man, looks like an enderbutt has been busy over here. So we need to get those quarries up and running again, guys, and in order to do that, we need to get the Cyberlabs fired up. So what I'm going to be doing is connecting a glass fiber cable that runs all the way up here into the Renstar. I'm going to connect it to the nuclear reactor over there, and then connect it into our MFEs of the Cyberlabs. And man, doesn't the Renstar just looks so cool from down here, doesn't it? When we make the maintenance level, the roof of the maintenance level is just going to look so freaking rad. Oh man, it's going to be so awesome. Anyway, let's stick to one task at a time, guys. And that, firstly but foremostly, we need to get some more power into the Cyberlabs, man. We need to get that sucker up and running once more, back to its former glory. We need to get that recycling facility ticking over, generating a whole bunch of stuff for us. And, you know, one of the other reasons that we need the recycling facility is because it makes food for us. Literally, most of the food that I eat in this series, I get from the recycling facility. It makes chicken and pork chops and freaking tasty taters. It makes loads of food for us. So it's kind of interesting as a free food source, I guess. And now that it's dried up, we are kind of running out of food. I think this is the last bit of chicken that I've got, actually. But anyway, let's get this glass fiber cable run all the way into the old Cyberlabs battery room. But I think what we're probably going to have to do is transform the power. I don't think MFEs can take a high voltage charge. So I think what we're going to probably have to do is convert it into medium voltage, I guess. And we need to go pick up that HV transformer and that MV transformer from the Renstar. Alright, Cyberdogs, welcome back. Just popped up to the Renstar to pick up the HV and MV transformers. I don't want to take any chances, man. I do not want to blow up the Cyberlabs. So what I'm going to be doing is installing the HV transformer into... So this line is actually going to be connected straight into the nuclear reactor, and then we'll install the HV transformer and then an MV transformer like that. And then this will connect up into here and into our MFSUs. So let's get that installed. And I think that is correct. I think this is the correct way to install this bad boy. Just like that. There we go. All right. So the power, the 320 EUs is going to be converted, I think, into 128, I think. Not entirely sure. And then converted into 64, I guess. But only time will tell, man. we will see now whether or not we blow up the freaking Cyberlabs. Maybe what we should actually do is disconnect some of these MFEs just in case we send too much power into these bad boys. So let's just disconnect 3 of them. We don't want to blow them up, man. They're pretty expensive to make. So now we'll only lose 1 if we haven't wired this up correctly. Now let's head back into the freaking Renstar and get those MFEs connected up to the nuclear reactor. Now, when I'm in the Renstar, there is a little bit of lag going on here, and I'm thinking that it might be these industrial information panels. I'm gonna do a little experiment, man. I want to disconnect the the nuclear torch over here, see if that helps the lag at all. But yeah, there is quite a lot of lag going on at the moment. It must be the industrial information panels, actually. I can't see how it could be anything else. That's kind of unfortunate. If we can't actually use these industrial information panels, I will be one sad-ass doggy. But yeah, that might just be the case, guys. But anywhoozle, let's get the Cyberlabs connected up to our nuclear reactor in this position over here, I think. By the way, I repainted this bottom cable to brown. So since the previous episode, all of this cabling has been sorted out for those of you with some OCD issues. As you can see, the cables are nice and separated from each other. Everything's looking freaking snazzy. And I'm doing my best to keep the Renstar as like well built as possible. I'm trying to keep it as neat as I possibly can, even neater than the Cyberlabs, if that is even possible. But I really want this place to be designed and built in as neat a way as possible, just basically to avoid any OCD issues at all freaking times. But there we go. Our nuclear reactor is now basically connected directly into these MFSUs and now into the Cyberlabs too. I think that maybe what we want to do though is maybe we want to disconnect some of these MFSUs for now while we get the Cyberlabs up and running. So why don't we like just disconnect 1 or 2 of these bad boys. Let's disconnect this one. We can't disconnect all of them. We can disconnect 2 of them, right? Yeah, there we go. So we've got 2 MFSUs connected, but we've disconnected these other 2 MFSUs. Let's head back into the Cyberlabs and check if our one lonesome MFE is actually receiving any power from this. Let's have a look. He is not receiving any juice whatsoever, unfortunately. Maybe that's because the MFSUs are sucking up all of the power before it even gets to him. So I think that is probably the case. And in that case, I think we might have to go a more direct route for now. I mean, we can't. We're going to need to bypass these MFSUs, and that. Oh, I mean, obviously it's not receiving any power because the freaking nuclear reactor's off. Oh man, facepalm. Let's get the torch in there, man. let's get our nuclear stick up in here. All right, there we go. All right. All right, let's check it out now. So our MFE should be receiving some power at least. Let's have a look. Was that different the last time we were here? Oh, there we go. It is receiving some power, but not a lot of power. And I think that's probably because these other MFSUs are probably sucking up all of the juice. These 4 MFSUs are dominating like the power supply for sure. I mean, what we could try and do is get rid of the MV transformer. That might result in an explosion, but I think it's worth an experiment. So if we get rid of this MV transformer... Oh no, there was an explosion. Alright, so MV transformer is required. Oh man, that's my bad. Alright guys, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna get that reinstalled. I'm also gonna finish off all of the work in the Renstar that I need to do. Like finishing all of the paneling around the battery room areas, like finishing off this room, finishing off the paneling around all of the MFSU array monitors in the power control room. I'll bring you guys on the other side of that kaplam. Hopefully by then all of these MFSUs will be charging and the Cyberlabs will be getting some juice. See you on the other side of this kaplam, my friends. Kaplam! Alright, Cyberdogs, welcome back to the battery room of the Renstar, and let me tell you something, it is taking for freaking ever to charge up these MFSUs, man. Check it out, the green array is only 53% full, the yellow array is only 60% full, the red array, well, the blue array is 100% full, so at least that one is filled up, and the red array is only 66% full. So what I've done over here is a quick and dirty little fix, guys. We are going to be connecting the nuclear reactor directly into the butthole of the Cyberlabs via this bypass network over here, or this bypass circuit over here, and of course we will connect it up to the MFSUs again once we need them. But as you guys can see, I have finished off most of the work in the battery room over here. It's looking absolutely epic. Finished off all of the paneling, looking absolutely freaking pimps. It looks like we are missing one tin strip over here though, so let's get that installed before OCD kicks in. But as you can see guys, it's looking freaking awesome. I've also been working my butthole off on the power control room, and I just cannot wait to show you guys how it has turned out. It is looking so sweet. Hang on to your freaking hat, Cyberdogs. You're about to be amazed, man. Look at this. It is looking freaking pimping. You know, this power control room has actually turned out better than I ever imagined it could. I finished off the nuclear reactor display screens by using iron paneling and iron strips and stuff to try and differentiate it a bit from the tin walls around there. I also added this little centerpiece over here. It's like a platform where you can stand and behold the immense power coming out of your freaking space platform, man. Check at this. We get a nice clear view of all the nuclear reactor display screens and all of the MFSU array display screens. As you can see, guys, looking absolutely freaking pimp McDaddy, man. Damn! And I love this little lip that I've added to the display screens by using these strips. I just think it looks so freaking sweet. It just adds like a third dimension, if you will, to the screen, brings it to life, makes it feel like you're really in one of those like power control rooms in NASA or something. Looks absolutely awesome. Loving this room right now, guys. It is so sweet. But currently it is completely disconnected from the nuclear reactor because we are going to be sending this nuclear juice directly into the Cyberlab. So let's head over to the control panel of our nuclear reactor, get the redstone, get the nuclear key up in there. There we go, man. And we've got 52 minutes remaining. Now, if we have connected everything up correctly, and if our HV and MV transformers have been installed correctly, there should be 0 explosions. There is a freaking creeper in here, though, so we're just going to have to take him down to Chinatown. Do not explode, butthole. Man, we've been having bad luck with creepers in Feed the Beast over the last few episodes. But let's have a look. All right, so nothing has exploded. Looks like everything is installed correctly. Let's quickly review the input of our MFEs over here. And look at this. There is a redonkulous amount of power coming in here. Look how quickly they are charging, man. This is so sweet. Oh, man, all 4 of them are charging. Wow. Well, this one is like the passive power output of the Cyberlabs, I guess, is getting sucked out of this MFE, even though it is charging up slightly. Well, guys, this means we can literally turn on our quarries again. Man, this is a happy day for the Cyberlabs, and this is a happy day for the Metalworks factory, because we are running out of freaking jazz to build the Renstar with. So let's fire up the quarries. Let's get the freaking recycling facility up and running again. Let's get the freaking tree farm up and running so that we can recycle some sweet ass sticks. Everything is going nicely up in here, guys. We can start getting more dust into the Metalworks factory. We can start turning that jazz into blocks and turning those blocks into exactly what we need to make the Renstar. And man, I'm so happy with how this project is going, guys. Let's go outside into Rentown to get a view of the Renstar from down here. We haven't actually had a look for a while, and have a look at that, man. That is just looking freaking sweet, man. This project, I'm just having so much fun doing this, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. But I'm going to end the video here, my friends. We have run out of time, I'm afraid. But in this episode, we managed to finish off the power control room. The MFSU arrays have been all set up nicely in the battery room. It's all been color-coded quite nicely. And in the next episode, guys, we're going to continue to work on the Renstar space platform. And it is going to be freaking sweet. So until then, guys, if you enjoyed the video, you hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, you hit the freaking subscribe button. This has been ReNDoG playing Minecraft Feed the Beast. Cannot wait to see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye, my friends!